how are you able to sustain yourself before there's that first kind of break financially?
Yo, we're gonna change the world. Hit me back. We're gonna change the world. Hit me back! Exclamation marks.
Yeah.
He replies back. I'm like, yo, you got to drive down to my school, bro. Drive down to my school. He's like, all right. So he pulls up.
Ruslan.
When you're in LA doing your, like, really trying to get things off the ground, that 8-month window, how are you able to sustain yourself before there's that first kind of break financially?
I was making money, like in terms of like this, like I've been making like songs. I had, Tupac remixes and all these different things. I was doing features. I was doing stuff. You know what I mean?
So money was coming in through like DistroKid.
DistroKid is what I was on back then. Yeah.
And then you're just charging for features as well.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And which was more lucrative, would you say? Like the
DistroKid.
The DistroKid was more lucrative. That's okay. I remember, me and my wife, we were newlyweds and we were trying to get out of debt. And in the middle of our debt-free journey, we were like, I get sued, my accounts get levied, all the money gets taken out of our account. Now, mind you, like we're like halfway through. I'm like, this is momentum. You know what I mean? Trying to pay off our student loans, trying to pay off our cars, all that kind of stuff. And I had never done this before. I said, okay, well, I guess I got to do a feature sale because I've never done a feature sale. And I remember in 1 week of doing a feature sale, I made more than I did at my job in a month.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, like I guess there's something here financially that like I haven't even tapped into. And obviously you don't want to oversaturate and overdo it, but it was enough to give me that like positive reinforcement. And then all of a sudden we had some savings back in the bank and it was like, wow.
Right.
So it's like those moments of like confirmation of like, okay, I'm on the right path, even though, and this, mind you, this is 2011.
Wow.
So there was no Chance the Rapper indie sensation as a like there was nothing like that. There wasn't nothing like that. But that little boost helped me keep going. And then eventually I did quit my job in 2015 and went like independent and did two years as an independent, a little longer than that, a couple years as an independent artist. So you seeing that confirmation, that like positive reinforcement gives you the wherewithal to keep going. And this is all in a relatively condensed time. Like you've only been rapping for like 5 years.
Well, so now I dropped my first song September 1st. I think it was 2016 or 17 now. Okay. It was a Drake One Dance remix. That's the first song I ever dropped.
Got you. And you were on Spotify or you were
It was on YouTube.
On YouTube, okay.
It was a remix, so.
And you got 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Over
5
1 million.
now.
5 million?
5 million.
Okay, I just saw the 1 million plaque on your Instagram. Like a couple weeks ago, right? Did you just get
that? Was probably for something else. I get balloons and plaques all the time. I like to celebrate numbers, but we just
That's awesome, bro. Over 3 million on Spotify monthly listeners?
Yeah.
Wow. And you go from remixes, and when does your first like retail single start coming out?
She Cheated Again. I was putting some singles out before that.
Yeah.
It was I had this one song called like Frenemy and a couple other ones. Plan B, History. There was a couple. My SoundCloud has hella songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, the real first single that I like really like resonate with was the She Cheated Again.
Gotcha.
That was like the first one that I was like, whoa, this is actually possible.
Got you. And when did you start turning up with the music videos? Because you got, a gang of music videos.
Yeah, from the beginning.
Yeah.
I met a guy named Thad Swift. I used to always walk to Town West Mall, and my guy that worked there at Foot Locker showed me a music video of his. His name was Isaiah in Wichita. It's my guy, and I was like, yo, who made that video? It looks fire. I want to use that for like my poetry videos. So it was this kid named Thad Swift who lived in Wichita, Kansas. So I go on Facebook, find this guy, and I was like, yo, we're gonna change the world. Hit me back. We're gonna change the world. Hit me back! Exclamation marks. He replies back. I'm like, yo, you got to drive down to my school, bro. Drive down to my school. He's like, all right. So he pulls up.
Are you kind of popping at this point already with a bit of an audience?
I got a little bit of a following with the poetry. Now I have like different poetry videos because I used to do like motivational speeches in front of this like picture at my school. Like a banana motivational, all these different things. I would literally drop one every day. Like I was going crazy back then with those. So yeah, I had a little buzz going poetry wise. So he drives down and I'm like, yo, what can we do? Like I was like, I don't just stand in front of me and I'll do it in one take. What can you charge me for that? That's how I started doing one take videos because it was the cheapest way to do what I needed to do. So I would memorize everything and get it done in one take and it would be super cheap.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when did it start scaling to where, I mean, these things look like movies now?
Right. It started scaling that once I started to move. When did it start scaling? I've just always been like, man, so here's a funny thing. Out of all the money I make, like 90% goes into marketing music videos.
You're just reinvesting
Just
everything.
everything.
Wow.
It's crazy.
You're like the Mr. Beast of indie music.
Right. Like my business managers was like, yo, it's crazy. Like 90% of everything you made went back into it, which is cool. So like literally the 1 year before I dropped Dear Alcohol, I dropped 22 music videos that year. I filmed like 35.
You didn't drop all of them.
Didn't drop all of them.
Yeah. They just weren't good, or you just
They were great. I just have this thing where I want a music video for every single song I've made.
Yes.
That's my goal. Because I don't make throwaway songs.
Sure.
If I have it on the album, it needs a music video.
Right.
So like, I just do that.
Hey, you may not know I make music, but I have a brand new song that just came out. Here's a quick preview.
In a moment, I gotta overcompensate by building tabernacles while the world is rubbernecking. Eve wanted an Adam's apple. Whoa there, why you wanna go there? Time to shut the door, cause we letting out all the cold air.
Yo, Double R back, baby. It's not for Rolls Royce, it's for Rap Ruslan. Let's get it.
So hit the link in the description or go to ruslantothemoon.com to stream now. I'll see you over there.
Why you wanna go there?
So it's been scaling. It's always been scaling.
Yeah.
I want to make bigger music videos,
Yeah. When did it scale to the point where now you have a business manager, a lawyer, right? Like when did that click? Because it's one thing to be like, yo, I'm leveraging social media and I'm dropping amazing things and they're going viral and I'm making some money, but like you have infrastructure now, it seems
Right.
like.
Honestly, that started early. I had the business manager and stuff like that when I wasn't even really making that much. It was just sort of like something to install in place,
Okay. But I mean, again, average person listens to this, independent. They're getting a little bit of buzz.
Right.
Well, how do you find these people, or do they find you?
Well, so I have a manager,
Okay.
and then she
Kind of connects
Right,
the pieces of lawyer, business manager, all these other people. And they're kind of overseeing a lot of the accounting and what's coming in and what's going on, what's being spent. That's dope, man.
Right.
That's dope. So it really seems like the way the music popped off was the same old, like, put a song a week out, consistently drop. Not like that exact formula,
Right.
but the consistency of great songs consistently coming out with great content.
Right.
And doing it over a long enough time horizon.
Right. I think for me, it's like I always tell people, it's like I don't make music, I think music. It's like, so for example, Hillary Clinton went viral. At the time it was Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. So, Designer dropped Timmy Turner. So I'm walking, I used to take these mental health walks to the mall. And all of a sudden I start going, Hillary Clinton, lots of trumping now, we tripping. Thank God I got a passport. A couple months I'm going missing, right back to Canada, because it's violent, looting and riots. Why ain't they wilding?
Yeah.
Democratic Party crying, all the Republicans smiling.
Yeah.
So it's like, it was centered around the election.
Yes.
So I knew
Yeah.
it was going to go viral.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, it's like, I don't randomly make songs and hope something's going to blow up.
Yep.
When I start writing something, I know what's going to happen. And the only reason something doesn't happen is like, okay, well, maybe people didn't mess with it as much.
Sure.
But essentially everything I make, because it's about something, is going to do well. So it's like, it is the thing of like let me just put out songs and songs and songs, but it's like, who cares about that song?
Yeah. It's the aspect of the 10,000 hour rule that people forget, which is, 10,000 hour rule, do anything for 10,000 hours. You can be an expert at something.
Right.
But what they often miss is 10,000 deliberate hours.
Right.
You got to be deliberate with it. So
Exactly.
you're thinking of the end consumer.
Exactly. It's exactly like you said. For example, like, Ray Allen, game shots from game spots at game speed. With my music, it's like I don't just drop random music.
Right. That's dope, man. I think the tough part, for people is that they want to just be artist and that is all. But you're saying, no, you got a consumer on the end of that. And you gotta think about what they're into and what they're considering and what the zeitgeist of the era, the culture is right now, to make sure that person receives whatever it is you're offering.
And that's the poetry mindset. Like I've never written anything random. So it's like you got like people have their own lives. You ever heard the word sonder? It's like everyone's living their own life outside of you, but sometimes people forget that. So for me, it's like, why would this person who has their own life, their own set of problems, even take the time to listen to me? What am I providing to them?
Yeah.
Like I'm in service to you. It's like I'm the janitor and I'm trying to clean up and I'm in service to everyone listening.
Yes.
So I can't just drop some random song as an independent, artist and just be like, oh, you should listen.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this song going to do for you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see the full extended version of this podcast, be sure to sign up for our Patreon community for only $5 a month. It'll really help us continue contextualizing the gospel using YouTube, media, and podcasting. And in exchange, you will get full unedited versions of the podcast, of our daily after party streams, a discount for our merch store, and exclusive access to our private Discord server. It's only $5 a month. The link for Patreon is in the description of this video, as well as the pinned comment below. Again, hit the link in the description, sign up now, and I'll see you over there, all right? Peace.